What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the 25th episode of the Quest Podcast. I'm your host for the night, Remix Essence. That's right, we're here a quarter century, man. That's how far out on we are in. But we're going to go ahead and get on into these introductions of the panel, starting off with our very special guest for the week, Blaze 4K. How you doing, man?
What's going on, guys? I listen. Like I said, I've watched your back data. I checked out a couple of them, and I find it really entertaining, and I enjoy it, honestly. And I'm really appreciative that you guys even invited me. I genuinely appreciate it, man. I'm happy to be here.
Man, well, we're happy to have you and appreciate you coming on. So, getting on into the rest of the usual panel, though, Dark Optimus, man, how you doing?
What is up, guys and gals? I'm so happy to be here tonight. I'm also happy to have Blaze 4K on the podcast. It's going to be an awesome show. Can't wait to get it started.
Nice. And Sir M. Baines, bro, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I didn't know we had been podcasting for a quarter century. We pretty much veterans in this thing right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, before the show, I was telling Baines, we call him Sir M. Baines all the time, so he should, switch his name, put that Sir MB in the house. That's what I like to say. But
hey, I'm good, man. Ready to get another show started. Let's go. Glad to have Blaze on here too, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah, definitely. And going on into what we've been playing for the week. So, Blaze, we'll start off with you. What have you been playing, man?
I just got a PC, man. I'm playing games like you'd laugh, honestly. I'm playing games like Dead Space 2 and being blown away, 4K 60, like just blown away, like maxed out.
Nice. Nice.
Dude, I play everything. I got a lot of platforms, but I just started playing Battlegrounds. I just downloaded it the other day. It's really fun. It's going to be that Xbox exclusive. It's really fun. If you got a bunch of people, man, it's a good game, man. It really is. It's still in development, but it's going to be a good one. It's already sold over like 3 million copies already. So
yeah, we'll have to definitely play that then, Blaze, because I picked that up as well. So
nice. Yeah, I'm excited for that to come to Xbox as well. When it does hit. Anything else, Blaze, or that's about sum it up?
Yeah, I mean, I'm playing, dude. I play everything, man. I can't keep my hands on one game unless it's like Destiny at the time when it was like really going, But.
Nice. All right, Baines, what have you been playing this week, man?
Well, I finished up with Wolfenstein, and then I moved on to Rhyme, which that indie, that's a great game. And then I beat Metro 2033, and now I'm on to Metro Last Light. So
nice. And Optimus, what have you been playing, man?
Metro. Went back into that and beat 2033. Almost done with The Last Light. Haven't really been able to play much, man. Been busy with work and stuff, so just. Hopefully this weekend I can get into some more games and different things and things like that. So
definitely, yeah, I got to get into those Metro games myself. But me, I haven't been playing too much this week. I've been gone part of it and busy the rest of it. But I've been playing a little bit of Siege, some Rocket League. Tried out a demo for Portal Knights, a little trial for the game. That's kind of interesting, little indie game. But other than that, I need to get into this backlog. I have like a few AAA games I need to hit, some indies, and just a cluster of other games. So, anyways, though, we'll go ahead and get on into these topics for the night. Starting off with Microsoft is making a Horizon Zero Dawn inspired game. So, what do you guys think about this? I know there's a lot of people that I've heard personally that say that they want a more cinematic game or beautiful game. So what are you guys' thoughts?
I think it'd be good for them to have something like this in the portfolio. Of course, I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn's done pretty decent for PlayStation. It's establishing a new franchise for them. So if Microsoft can get something, in that same realm, which is something that they need, really, I think it'll work out good for them.
Yeah, see, I keep on hearing, from other people and stuff like that in the community and things like that, that they're like, oh, it's Horizon Zero Dawn. Hopefully, it's a better story. But I was like, man, Horizon Zero Dawn had a great story.
Yeah, it
Like,
did.
at least in my opinion, I thought it was a good game. I thought it was, it was a fun, game to play. So for Xbox to kind of come in and say that they want something similar to this is good for all of us. It's good for everyone. We just don't know who's going to be making it. We don't know. We only know a few little details here and there, just from a posting online or whatever.
Yeah, like a posting or like a small little chat.
Yeah. So hopefully something good.
Microsoft needs new IPs. That's just the bottom line. It doesn't matter, where they're coming from. They need the new IPs, and a big open world like that is going to intrigue a lot of people. The thing is, like, Microsoft, and I know they invested into first party a lot now. Like, they're investing more, but that would be huge for them to get that. I mean, that'd be huge. I love my Xbox. I just, like, man, I want to play, like, dude, when I played Forza with HDR, man, I'm telling you, like, they know how to make the games, man, and that's what they just need. New IPs. People are getting a little burnt out with maybe the Gears and the Forza, even though Forza 7 to me looks incredible, but, like, maybe people are getting a little burnt out and they want something new. But that all equals up to good news either way.
Yeah, I agree, definitely. And a lot of their games recently, people say this a lot, they've been kind of more cartoony and stuff. I mean, a few years ago though, Quantum Break and Rise were more realistic, and I hear a lot of people want that sort of game, and I'd say Horizon definitely falls under that
Rise
category.
is still one of the best looking games still.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Sure.
Definitely.
And if anybody says out there that it's not, it is one of the best looking games still. Even look at Rise. Rise is still one of the best looking games on the Xbox One. That was pretty much like a tech demo. Uncharted is still one of the best looking games on PS4. So it's good to see that we're gonna get something like this.
That was a launch, right?
What?
Rise Son of Rome was, yeah.
Incredible. Crytek's incredible, man. Like,
Yeah,
that was going up against Killzone at the time, and Killzone's not a slouch either. That's another beautiful game. But, like, Rise, I'm telling you, Rise still holds its. If you boot up Rise, you'll be surprised, man. You'll be like, wow. Nice game,
Definitely.
Man.
All right. Well, moving on here. There's like a little interview with one of the creators of Anthem, and the guy said that basically, Anthem, they think it will be a 10-year journey. Now, we don't know exactly what context this was spoken in, obviously a lot of people are comparing it to the statements about Destiny, but I mean, is the one game itself going to be 10 years, or as a franchise will it be like a 10-year journey, But what do you guys think about this? I think nonetheless, support for the game, like the fact that they have that much confidence in it, is good. So,
well, here's the thing. We've heard this shit before from Destiny and Activision.
Yeah.
So it's like, should we take that with a grain of salt? Because I mean, it is EA that's doing this game, and well, publishing it, at least BioWare's developing it. So, I mean, if they do give us, a game that will last 10 years, great. But if it's like, a franchise that's going to last 10 years, then that's okay too. But, it's like,
yeah.
Now
well,
we
that's why I
more
wanted to
games.
bring up, like, we don't necessarily know what context it was spoken in, because people expected that Destiny itself would be a 10-year game,
Yeah.
So, and this guy just says, a journey. He doesn't necessarily specify.
Yeah, I would think they're talking more about a franchise. Like, this is going to stretch over, a few games. As long as they have the support and content drop and don't fall into any type of lull, the game looks like it's going to be really good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has the definite potential to be, a 10-year franchise or a 10-year game if need be. Because I know we heard this from Destiny, but they were kind of vague when they said that, when they said it's going to be a 10-year cycle for Destiny, but for this one it seems more like I think they're more going to go towards a franchise because, I mean, BioWare's always been kind of known to
do like trilogies.
Yeah, do trilogies.
Yeah.
So I could see him doing something like that with Anthem.
Yeah.
They have the writer from Mass Effect 1 and 2, right? On this game. I think I read that somewhere.
Well, I think the main team working on this game is collectively, like the first 3 Mass Effects.
This is what Mass Effect should have been, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be honest here. I mean, the game looks incredible, dude. If that's when they say the Destiny killer, man. Listen, even if you don't like Destiny or not, I'm burnt out with Destiny, but I'm excited for the new one. But to say it's a Destiny killer, and this is, that's a big dude. Destiny is bigger than like you realize, man. It's huge, and
It's huge. Yeah.
I gotta say though, the art style, it's more of a realistic tone. I kind of like it, and the combat looked great, and the flying around seamless, and co-op, man. Co-op is so important. If your game is co-op, man, to me, it's an automatic buy. Like when something's co-op, it just brings longevity, man. Like you play with your friends, you have a good time. Mm-hmm. Even if a game's a little bit terrible, you can still have fun. But that 10-year plan, all that means is they're trying to say, hey, we're going to be investing in this. Don't worry. Don't think you're just going to buy. That's what they're telling.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah. And damn, I forgot what I was gonna say, so we're just gonna move on ahead,
Wow, remix. Come on, little Riri.
Little Riri.
Dude, his days are all mixed up because he's been staying up so late, and he forgets like, oh, it's Thursday. Oh yeah, that's right. I have
truly.
Yeah, remix been Netflix and chilling too much.
No, for real though. Like yesterday, man, I was like, wait, is it Thursday? Let me check, because I was like, it's podcast today. I don't know. My schedule's out of whack, man. But anyways, moving on.
But Anthem, either way, Anthem is going to be. It looks like it's going to be a beast of a game. I hope EA does it right with the A team that should have been on the Mass Effect that we got. They're on this game, so I think it's going to work out pretty good, man. I'm looking forward to the game.
Hey, I know people give EA a lot of crap. They're getting better. If you realize Battlefront, no season pass. Titanfall 2, no season pass. It's becoming a trend with them. They're trying to, but they throw in a shit ton of microtransactions to make up for it. But they're trying to.
There's
they're
a
at
lot
least
of games
trying to
that way,
better.
though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's been the devs themselves making comparisons or to Destiny, not just fans and people watching from a distance, but like devs and creators are comparing their game itself to Destiny 2, or Destiny in general, which is definitely a bold statement. So I'm excited for the game, man. Obviously we need to see more, but I definitely see it being one of my most anticipated whenever it does come out. So moving on though, LA Noire remaster was rumored. I don't know. What do you guys' thoughts on this? It sounded a little fishy to
me. Oh, Blaze!
Well, I'm gonna be straight up honest, man. Like, I wanted it to come back compact because I bought it digital a while back, so I was hoping to get it back compact. I do want to play the game. I've heard that for some it's kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? But for others, I heard they had a good experience from it. So I want to play it just to see what it's about. I would rather have it back compact than remastered, but if it comes remastered, depending upon the price, I'll probably pick it up.
Mm-hmm. See, that's the thing.
Dude, it was average. It was average. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. No, go ahead.
I'm just saying it was a good concept. It was average, but like who's asking for who's asking for a remaster of this game?
That's true. That's true.
Well, the whole. Go ahead, Optimus, because you were going to talk. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna agree with Blaze here because I mean, who asked for this? It's like I get it. This generation of consoles has been all about remasters and reboots and things like that. It's just like, do we really want this generation to continue to do this? Especially since we're getting a new, since we got the Pro, and now since we're getting the Xbox One X. Do we really want to have more remasters coming? Honestly, no, I don't. LA Noire is probably one of the best Rockstar games around, but I don't care to play it again because it's such a short storyline.
Well, would you want to see a new one?
Like or something like that.
Would you want to see a new one, though?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I would love to see a new one.
Yeah, I'm just
but
asking the question.
are they
I never played it.
Are they actually gonna do that if this game comes out
Mhm.
and does well? Because I mean, the last one did well, and we still haven't seen another one.
Mhm. Well, like the reason I felt this rumor sound a little fishy was because first a guy came out and said it was going to be remastered for the Switch, which would be a little bit of a different story. But then like more people came out and they're like, well, it's going to be on the Xbox and the PlayStation, and now it's supposed to have VR support. And I was like, okay, we're getting a little into it. But a remaster for the Switch would be nice, maybe. At least it shows that. I mean, Rockstar is doing something for the Switch, right?
That's true. Show some type of support. Yeah.
So, everybody's asking for that third party support, so it'd be there. But huh? Go ahead. Or not. All right. But moving on. Next Machina is out, I guess. I don't know. You put this in the topic, Spain. Are you interested in it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a top-down twin-stick shooter. I mean, it looks pretty good. I mean, the art style looks fast-paced. I've heard, just through looking at different tweets and stuff, that it's pretty hard. So yeah, I'll probably pick it up. I think it's I forget the price. It has to be like $20 or something like that, maybe a little bit more. But yeah, I'll definitely pick it up.
Nice. I'm gonna take something out of Baines' playbook. Trash. Let's move on.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh,
I mean, it looks it looks like every twin stick shooter. Like it's whatever.
Like twin stick shooters have been coming
exactly.
Out,
they've been
like Tokyo 44, I believe that's a twin stick shooter, isn't it?
Never even heard of that.
Yeah, they've been slowly making a rise, man.
Talk about it. Come on. I think I saw a lot of people on our friends list playing it anyway, but there have been some popping up here and there. So I just want to know if Vance is into it.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm gonna pick up. So like I said, when I played I think Live Lock was the twin stick shooter I just not too long ago finished, and it was pretty good. I want to pick up Alien Nation, but Next Machina looks kind of like it just looks different, man, and I'm really interested in it. And like I said, I've seen a lot of people talk about the game, and everybody's enjoying it. Seems to have a pretty decent difficulty level to it too. So.
Well, it's made by the same company that made Alienation.
Yeah,
yeah, they made Rezo Gun, and they made I forgot that Star game.
There's another.
I'm playing it on PC. It's beautiful. It's Dead Nation. Those are the same people. I'm playing on PC 4K, dude. Like the particle effects. It's local co-op too. It's really it's a fun game. It's a bullshit kind of game, but it's definitely fun, man. It's worth it for $15 too. It's like, come on.
Yeah. See. Yeah.
Looking nice.
Definitely gonna pick it up.
Oh my god, trash.
Advis is like, let's get off this trash. All right, well,
that's the thing for me. Like, I can see the appeal in it. For a lot of the gamers out there, but for me, nah.
Understandable. But speaking of trash, VR. No, I'm just kidding. But PlayStation VR, $300 for a limited time. I believe it's only on Newegg though. So I mean that's cool. Although it's only the headset itself. I think if it was the like with the move sticks or whatever and stuff as well, it'd definitely it'd actually be somewhat worth it. But we talk about pricing of VR before, which we often believe is kind of like the biggest issue that holds it back. Yeah. What do you guys think about the price cut?
That's a good thing, finally.
Yeah, I think it's just something for a short period of time, though.
Yeah, it's just limited time offer.
Yeah, but at least it'll get people to maybe buy it, more. Maybe I mean, I know in my area that I live, you can't keep those things on the shelf at all. They go like hotcakes, especially if they come with.
That's because you live in hipster city.
I know, dude. Like it's like that or Xbox stuff. Like everything is gone. Like I'm just like, what the fuck, man? I want some of this stuff too. people.
Nice.
Yeah, $2.99 for just the headset though. I mean, that's still kind of because you still got to think about the move sticks and then the game or whatever you want to get. So I don't think is there like with just the headset does a demo come with it? I mean,
Yeah, they come with a demo. You can pretty much. I bought it. You know, Rev makes in front of me all the time. He calls me an idiot. It looks like 480i on streams. Like dog shit. You know what I mean, bro? And it's like, dude, I buy everything. I'm like the guinea. He buys everything too. He don't get it twisted. But he doesn't want to put on that helmet. And his wife comes home. And he's like, honey, and he's like, oh, you know, looking like a retard. That's what he says. But dude, I'm telling you right now, unless you've tried, you just can't watch a stream. You just cannot watch a video. You just got to try it. And it comes with a demo disc. You can use a DualShock for the majority of the games. Is it the same experience? No, you kind of lose a little bit. But you know, I like my VR.
Well, my sister was telling me about this. Like,
we got a celebrity in the chat right now, guys. We got Solid Rev in the chat. That freaking scumbag. No, I'm just kidding.
Making fun of my VR.
Hey, what's up, Solid Rev? But yeah, my sister was telling me about like this little like VR arcade place, not too far from where I live. So I might have to go over there and try it out. She said it was a lot of fun. But I'm guessing like I don't think that's something I necessarily buy for myself. At least until it was like $200. You know, I buy PSVR for $200.
Yeah, I've seen some of the VR setups, man, like the Samsung VR, just out there so you can try some type of VR experience. But I don't want to put that shit on my face, man. Other people probably don't put it on their face and stuff like that. I'm straight.
All the eye boogers and stuff. Nah, fuck that. I'm cool with that. But like, you know, having my own VR, I've actually been thinking about getting a PSVR because I want to play Drive Club VR. That's the only thing I want to play because I want to experience what it is to be behind the wheel of a sports car without actually being behind the wheel of a fucking sports car.
Would you pick up anything else like Resident Evil?
Or yeah, Resident Evil, you know, something like that. Like I know Blaze, you were playing what, Farpoint or something like that, and that was like
Resident Evil in VR is a better experience. I don't care. Ask anybody that had, dude. The aiming is so much better in VR. I'm telling you right now, it's ridiculous. Resident Evil is a good game. Farpoint is a good game. Drive Club. If you've seen the other Drive Club, you just can be like, what happened? What happened?
Oh, really? Is that bad? Okay, well then I'll wait and
get Dirt Rally VR, then you'll be impressed.
Oh, is it in VR on PS VR? Oh, shoot. Okay. Well then.
All right. Well,
see, that's intriguing to me because I'm thinking about kind of wanting to pick that up because I mean that price point is kind of, you know, interesting to me. I mean, I know it doesn't come with the move sticks, you know, those freaking, you know, those things. Doesn't come with the camera, but it, you know, at least I can get the headset and then maybe get all that other shit later, you know.
You better go get it now. I don't think that price is gonna last forever.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you could get like the move sticks for like $90, I think. Probably cheaper than that if you look them up. But when I looked up VR on Amazon, they're like $90 alone. You know, sold separately. But anyways, moving on. I think you're pretty interested in this game, Optimus. Ni no Kuni 2, it's going to make some changes to its combat or battle system. So I'll let you take it away, Optimus.
Or like, you know, K Mega says it. He says it Luna Kuni 2. He can't even say it fucking right. It's Ni no Kuni. And it looks like it's going to be good. You know, it's basically like Pokemon with you know, cooler shit.
Basically, that sounds like a pile of fucking steam and trash.
Hey,
I probably just lost so much respect right now.
Hey, I thought the same thing.
I actually liked the first one.
Yeah, Blaze, I was with you on that, but I watched some gameplay, and the gameplay actually looked.
I haven't seen it. I can't comment. I really haven't seen it.
I mean, the gameplay looked like decent. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I played the first one because I'm a Studio Ghibli, you know, fanatic. I like, you know, Hayao Miyazaki's movies. Just everything he does is, you know, it's got a meaning to it. That's the reason why I played the game, the first one. I probably won't pick up the second one just because I'm not really into something like that right now. Maybe I'll pick it up later on down the line if and when it comes out. It's just, who knows? We don't even know when it's coming out. We don't even have any.
It's coming out in November.
Plausible.
Really? Well, I mean, but like then again, like PlayStation didn't show anything on their stage event, Cooney. So you're
in fact, I think in the article it said November 10th. I think is the date.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Rev's got
I think
me cracking up in
you
the
originally
chat over
piqued
here.
my interest a little bit, Optimus, with its Pokemon S. I mean, I'm probably not going to pick this game up, but I believe the Switch is going to have a full-fledged Pokemon game, right? So I'm definitely down for that whenever it happens. That's why I need to pick up a Switch, man. It's actually got some games coming out. There'll be like 4 games by this fall that I'll definitely be into.
Yeah. But, is this it said Nino Kuni 2 is what would that? Is this a continuation from the first one, or are they all their separate stories, kind of like Final Fantasy?
I think this is actually just a continuation of the first one.
Okay.
It might be a different person, though. I think it focuses on a different person, but it did say that it takes place right after the first one.
Yeah.
So it's at least in some kind of timeline.
It's a Japanese JRPG. If you're not into that kind of stuff, then there's no point in picking it up, even if they changed a few things here and there.
Yeah. JRPGs, dude, trust me, I got a Vita. That's all that's came out in the past 5 years. So I know all about them, bro.
Yeah,
nice. Well, man, a game that I would be hyped for if any of these rumors are true, I'm kind of into it. But Visceral's Star Wars game is apparently rumored to be called Project Ragtag. Well, that's like the code name, And we got some possible leaks on the main story. So the main character is Dodger, but that's like his battle name or whatever. He's a native of Alderaan, and he escapes the planet when it's destroyed by the Empire and gets put on their most wanted list, and ends up working for like Jabba the Hutt and has some cool weapons and stuff. So what do you guys think about kind of the setup that it's given us here?
I heard it's like a bounty, almost like Riddick, almost like a bounty. Like there's like exactly what you said when he leaves the planet. But is that what are you talking about? You talking about the Amy?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Yeah. Amy Hennig.
Yeah, dude. She's talented. She was on Naughty Dog, man. She knows how to make a good story.
You put her in Star Wars, that's all you got to tell me. I'm good. I'm there.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't even have to see the article. You just we're down for it because she's so talented, man. She did so much for Naughty Dog, and I'm glad to see she's back at it doing something that I actually really love.
I'd rather have that than I'd rather have that than Battlefront. I'd rather have a in-depth story with
Me too.
Cool environments, cool guns than some Battlefront. Honestly, I'm just not a Star Wars fan, but Battlefront does look amazing. I'm not taking away.
We're getting our cake and eating it too, man. We're gonna get both. We just
right.
And this is probably supposed to come out late 2018. I think they were referencing to.
Yeah, that'd be a great date. I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm into the whole. If it does have like that bounty hunter theme, I'm definitely into that. Working for Jabba, that'd be cool. Oh, and it's also supposed to take place after New Hope and before Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, see, that's gonna be real good.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like 13. It's basically off the premise of what 1313 was.
Yeah, exactly.
And we all know how that worked out. Didn't come to fruition, which sucks.
Yeah, because the trailer we had for that game, and like little gameplay section we had for that game. Oh my god, it looked badass. It looked awesome. I would have been down.
Yeah.
But hopefully, this one turns out even better and cooler.
Definitely.
Still on the subject of Star Wars in general, though, the Han Solo film has lost its directors, and they're going to be replaced. I don't think it's really a big deal. They said that they had creative differences, the directors and probably the producers. So,
well,
what do you guys think?
this stuff always happens in filmmaking, and just with now it being more sociable and more with media, social media and stuff like Twitter and Facebook and all that. It's just more prevalent to hear about directors being cut from a film or whatever. Disney knows what they're doing over there with the Star Wars franchise, and if they cut a director, then it's only because that director wanted to change so much of the film that they were like, no, you can't do that. You got to stick with the premise and the story, and because Disney's really on the premise and story, and that's why the Marvel movies are so good, is because they really, when they picked up that studio, Marvel Studios, it was just like one right after the other, hit after the other. Every single. I mean, has there really been a terrible, Marvel movie? No, not really. So they know what they're doing over there, and if they cut some directors, they're going to cut some producers, and whatever.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Well, we got a game that wasn't quite ready to be shown at E3, but the director of Devil May Cry, their next project, he says is going through smoothly, and he's working out. A lot of fans want it to be Devil May Cry 5, but it's likely it might be Dragon's Dogma instead. You guys interested in either of those games? Excited for either of them if one of them came out?
It's been so long since Devil May Cry 4,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be interested in the title, but I'm kind of thinking about some type of cohesive storyline. I doubt that would be there. I guess it would just have to start something else. But yeah, I'll be very interested in Devil May Cry 5. Yeah.
Nice.
You didn't say Dragon's Dogma, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game is crazy, man.
I thought you were gonna say it's trash. I was gonna be like, oh man.
No, I just bought it on Steam actually again, so I can play through it. Yo, that game's awesome. All day.
So it could possibly have a sequel coming to it, I suppose. But that'd be awesome. And also, Killer Instinct has gone to Steam, fellas, which I think is awesome. Great to go on Steam. Hopefully, more people will buy it and get to play it. It's kind of at the end of its life cycle now. But what do you guys think about that?
Is it because we get Steam, we got Killer Instinct? I think it was one player per character for free. I wonder how is that working on Steam? Are they just putting the version that you have to pay for, which you get, I guess, most of the characters, or they're going to get a free version? I wonder how that's going to work. But I guess either way is good for Microsoft to take in some type of extra revenue from that game, since it is kind of long in the tooth.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, when it comes to be going on Steam, it's a good thing,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Get more people into Killer Instinct. Maybe we'll see in a Killer Instinct 2 or something like that. I've never really been a Killer Instinct kind of guy. I just never really liked it. I know everybody, was all like, you don't like Killer Instinct? No, dude. I mean, it's not my type of fighter. I like, Mortal Kombat or, Injustice or something like that. Yeah, Injustice was fucking badass.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fighter guy, but Injustice, that was a good game.
I'm not a fighter either, but Injustice looks really good, man. Really.
See, everybody says that I'm not a fighter, but Injustice. I guess I need to pick it up then, because that's how I am, man. I'm not a fighter. I didn't pick up any of it. I'm like, I don't want to play it, but everybody's saying that about Injustice. Like people who aren't really, the guys who like fighters, or girls, and for that matter, who like fighters, they're saying, but Injustice. So I'm thinking, like, dang, I do need to pick it up, man.
Well, that Injustice 2 has, a story to it as well. Unlike some fighters out there don't have any stories at all. Nowadays, yes, they have been making more fighters with stories, but I think that all started with NetherRealm. But yeah, I think Beans, you should definitely pick up Injustice 2, man. I think you would probably enjoy the story, and you might not care for the fighting so much, but you'll definitely care for the story because it's pretty interesting, dude.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll probably have to pick that up, man.
Yeah, the story is good. And, like I said, me, I don't play fighters at all. I suck at fighters. But in Justice, I do a little wacha. So kick a little bit of ass.
What was that?
I don't know. I didn't know. I was just going for fighting noise, and that's what came to me.
Okay.
But but yeah, it's definitely worth a pickup, I think. And I also want to get into of course, Call of Duty. It's kind of changing the creative class system and like the perk system in the game, which we all know like Call of Duty kind of has run off of since it's began. But it's replacing that with like class-based gameplay and with these things called divisions, which are kind of like a series of perks. So like if you've ever played some of the other Call of Duties, you used to have like your perk, and then you did a challenge, and you got like the pro perk for it. And so it's kind of a system like that with up to like 3 tiers of the perk. But what do you guys think of like a class-based gameplay instead of like a creative class system? So, you have a heavy, you have like a expeditionary, which uses the shotguns and stuff like that.
So this is kind of like a Battlefield 1 type class-based system, or like a Battlefront 2 type class-based system. Is that what they're going for?
For now, I'm going to go with Battlefront 2 because Battlefield, I think that's probably a little bit more in depth, but I'm not totally sure. I haven't had my hands on the game. I haven't dove in completely into the class systems, so.
Well, I mean, to add a different dynamic to Call of Duty's multiplayer, I mean, that's good. I mean, it's basically been the same every year. So I guess this will add a different dynamic and make people, more interested, I guess, to stick with the series. Because even though it's still selling well, I mean, it did sell less than previous years, last year. So, I mean, I guess we'll see how it works out, but it sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, Call of Duty is always copying off of other people, and not to say that there's a bad thing, because, they learn from some of the more better, games that are out there, like Battlefield and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting to see where they're going to take this and how they're going to do it, because, Call of Duty has always been the more chaotic, well, not chaotic, but more, close-knit
sandbox
shooter, fast-paced shooter, compared to like Battlefield, where it's, you're running around for like an hour, and sometimes you don't even find somebody.
It's not that ridiculous. Don't pull a mooch. Especially Battlefield, man, that shit's really fast-paced. But
no, it is definitely, yeah, that one is.
But yeah, I mean, like for me personally, I was also kind of thinking like, sure, they're doing something a little bit different, but they're already going back to World War II, boots on the ground. Do you think that's enough, or do you think they needed this as well? And do you think like that this change would actually hurt them, because they're not necessarily, they might be doing it in their own way, but they're not differentiating themselves from Battlefield, and Battlefront's going to come out at a similar time. I mean, obviously very different settings between Battlefront and Call of Duty, but they both use the class-based thing. One's more focused on third person. But what do you guys think about that?
We know they needed to do something. So I mean, and really, what were they going to do that's just so different than anything else that's out right now? And so the best thing that they could do is implement this system, which Battlefield uses, which Battlefront has turned to, and the old Battlefront back in the day used it. So I think this will add some type of, like I said, it will generate more interest. Maybe they'll start going back on the uptick now instead of a down. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like I said, what would you expect them to do? Like, everything's basically done. What else could they do?
Well, I mean, like I haven't seen the systems in action. I haven't played it myself. So when you ask me that, I don't necessarily know. For me, like, I hope it turns out good, because I'm actually kind of excited for this Call of Duty. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, I don't know, maybe they should just, stick to how Call of Duty normally is, but go boots on the ground and, have like a hard hitting gun, you know, with good recoil. I think that's what like the newer Call of Duty's lost is like they felt like pea shooters, you know, all the guns. So
You know, well,
Right.
first of all, they listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something right now. They want to be authentic to the World War II. You know, they want to be, you know, they want to be respectful. They say make it authentic as possible, but then they're adding black woman Nazis in multiplayer. Like that doesn't even make sense. It's just it's not realistic. I don't care if it was green woman Nazis. It just doesn't make sense at that time period. It's just ridiculous. That number one. Number two, get rid of the perks. I mean, it's World War II. Like, what is all this? Like, come on, there's no perks. They had an MP5 shooting with the sounds on it. This shit looked so crazy, looked so good. Call of Duty, say what you want. Everybody was. Me and Rev said we're not buying it. We're not buying it. We both buy the $100 version. Okay. Not to mention, Call of Duty is the best-selling shooter of last year. Again, no surprise. As bad as it did, it still was the best-selling shooter.
yeah.
Okay, and highest-selling game. So I mean, people are gonna buy this shit no matter what. Like, but this legit has me interested. Like, I'm legit excited for a Call of Duty. I haven't said that in 3 years, but I'm interested in it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I'm
get rid of the perks, man. Get rid of the perks for this. Try it out. You know, like it.
All right. Nice,
Just because
nice.
a guy can hide behind the bush and kill me 10 times, and you know, what are they gonna do? You know, you're gonna have a drone in World War II with a
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense at all.
and they're getting rid of the Nazi sign. That's the other thing I forgot to say. They're getting rid of the Nazi sign in the multiplayer. Like, why? You have it in the campaign and not the like. Did you forget how many games you made with Nazi symbols? Like, yo, like movies are way more impacting. Like when you see a movie, it's visually impacting. Like that, it looks like a real life situation. You're playing a game, man. These games look good, but you know it's a game. Like, man, there's got to be a happy medium. I hate when they try to like PG us for certain things, and it's like,
well, you know, like Wolfenstein hits that Nazi
bro.
presence.
Wolfenstein is the fucking craziest shit I've ever seen.
I'm telling you.
I thought you were about to say trash for a second there.
Yeah, I thought you was about to say that too, but my heart almost skipped. I was about to say, what?
Nah, Wolfenstein's awesome. Man. God, it's so good.
Yeah. But like one last thing before we move on from Call of Duty, but it also has this new mode in it called War. It's not like war from World at War, but it's more of like a payload type of game. So like one team's, you know, defending, but they can't cross a certain point, and the other team's attacking. And you know, that kind of, you know, I thought about that when you thought about the camping. So I feel like that's kind of a mode that lends itself to camping. But what do you guys think of a mode of like pushing the payload in Call of Duty?
Well, it's kind of
maybe think of
like,
Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it kind of makes me think of you know, that plus, you know, you're not allowed to pass a certain point, so you know you're probably going to get cut down pretty quick. You know, if the other team's really good, which is going to be kind of a hassle in a way.
But I think it also creates like choke points at the same time, right? So the team can only come down certain paths as well, obviously, you know.
Okay, so it's blocking off certain things for the. Yeah, see,
I don't know exactly.
Don't do that.
I'm just saying, like, from the
if they're gonna do that,
of gameplay install, like they're coming down paths.
Yeah,
not necessarily like restricting paths, but then like the other players, you know, like they would just camp out like this one hallway, right? Is like one of the areas they could camp down, and so this character would like sit up top and like camp out that hallway, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like, why are they doing this? Like, come on.
I mean, it's just one game mode as well. You know,
I understand that it's Activision, and Activision is Blizzard, and that the fact that they're trying to bring in some of their other franchises into this game, like, come on, guys, like it's Overwatch game. You know, it's an Overwatch mode.
Mm-hmm.
Why? And you guys all know how much I feel about Overwatch, so you know,
yeah.
Yeah, instead of playing this mode, I'd rather play Overwatch.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. You know, I just thought it was an interesting mode for Call of Duty. Not that I'm into it or anything, just thought I'd bring it up. And yeah,
you were totally into it. We already know.
I'm into this Call of Duty. I can tell you that, but I'm not into the war game mode.
Hey, don't let them punk you. Yo, if you're into it, hey, you're into it. Fuck it.
I'm that search and destroy fan. Optimus hates
sounded
that,
unsure. Boy, he started to walk that thing back.
One life. And of course, domination, demolition, that stuff's good too.
S&D is like the worst fucking game mode in Call of Duty. I fucking hate that mode. God,
that's like top 2 or 3, man, right there.
Wow, that's.
Anyways, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna kind of we're about just over midway through the year, so we thought we would give our thoughts on what games have that have we been surprised by, or what is our game of the year so far in this point of the year, and then we'll get on into our anticipations after that. But anyone want to kick that off?
We should start with Blaze. See what Blaze has to say.
I knew they were gonna do that. Start with Blaze. I'm trying to think, like, man, what am I liking right now? I wish I could just say Dark Souls again, but it's a new year, so.
All right, well, I'll go ahead and go, and then we'll hit you up, Blaze.
Yeah, come back
to
me.
A minute to think. So I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for this, at least from Optimus, but I'd have to go with Friday the 13th so far, man. Honestly, I have a lot of fun playing it, and it's not some big AAA, just $40, and it's definitely got its issues, but I think I have a great time every time I play it, and not all games have been doing that for me lately. Now, there are definitely 2 big ones here that I think you guys might say, which are Resident Evil 7, which I haven't picked up, and Horizon Zero Dawn, which I haven't finished. So those didn't make like my year so far on the list yet. But overall, I feel like this.
Yeah, because you've been playing Friday the 13th trash.
But I think this year has been like kind of light, man, so far at least. I mean, like the spring's always lighter than the fall, of course, but nothing that like really was like, oh, I got to get that. Except for I think Mass Effect was a game for a lot of people, but obviously we all know how Mass Effect went. It got overhyped, and it didn't live up to expectation. And we talked about that a couple weeks ago on how like that game was rushed like to all hell. So, what about Blaze? You got anything yet?
Yeah, I mean,
you got a game?
Like I said, man, dude, Resident Evil, it was fun. It was back to the roots. Horizon Zero Dawn could easily win it. Thank God Rev left because he would shit on me for saying that. But I'm just saying, like, dude, that game looks so good with HDR and all that, But the gameplay and it was something different. But it's still up. It's tough, man. Resident Evil was really fun, man. Really immersive. It's really up between them two. I would have to say. Just for the pure like content you're gonna get. Like you're gonna get so many hours into Horizon. And Resident Evil is like I recommend you play, man. It's you'll be surprised. It's a little slow pace, but it makes things more intense in a way. It's hard to say.
Yeah, everybody's pushing me to pick that up, but I'm not really like a scary game fan. I mean, I'll probably pick it up and play it at some point, but I don't know. I'm not really into creepy or scary games, so that's why I haven't picked it up yet. But yeah, all my friends are into it. Like I know multiple people that have played it like fucking 20 times through. So,
Yeah, for me, the one game that I was all like very surprised about, because I'm gonna have a couple games here. That surprised me the most was Resident Evil 7. That game, my God, like the little demo that they had did not do that game justice at all. Like why? I honestly don't even know why they even had that demo, because like I picked up that game and I was all like, man, I'm probably gonna just play this for like a couple hours or an hour and just be like, nah, I'm done with it. But it wasn't like that. It was a freaking phenomenal game. What else is there? What else is there? Horizon Zero Dawn, man. Horizon Zero Dawn was fucking fantastic so far. I mean, I know I touted it before, but I think Persona 5 will probably be up there as well.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Persona 5. I mean, I haven't played it.
Because I think Persona, it kind of brought something different to the table for me than the last couple of Personas, and it really changed it up and made it more easier for people to get into it. So I'm actually, gonna have to say that was probably one of the games that was actually a pretty big surprise for me as well. Injustice 2, man, oh my gosh, like that game is still awesome. So those are pretty much my games that I'm like, okay, I definitely want to have those in the running for game of the year. But we'll see. Of course, you never know.
Mm-hmm. What was that last game again? Sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't catch you.
Injustice 2.
Oh yeah. Fuck. I totally forgot about. That is my game of the year. Injustice 2 for sure, because it definitely blew me away. I'm not into fighters, and that it blew me away. Definitely my most surprising game of the year, and I'll take that over Friday the 13th probably. But Friday the 13th, still, I love it. I have a lot of fun playing it. So we lost Blaze here. Hopefully we get him back in. But Baines, man, what about you? What is your favorite game so far, or games?
Well, I enjoyed a few games, Mass Effect, Gravity Rush 2. Let's see what else. Of course, Horizon Zero Dawn was great to me. My surprise up until this week of the year would have been Resident Evil 7, but this week the surprise came from my surprise of the year morphed to Rhyme, the indie game. Like that was a great game. Yeah, like
oh dang.
That game made me think that maybe indie should be considered for game of the year, because that was a really good game. I was really surprised. I was sitting in my chair after the game. I'm clapping like, yes, like that's what I want from the game. You know what I'm saying? Just the pure emotion, that you get, and there's no commentary. You know what I'm saying? And then the story, it takes you one way, and you're thinking it's about this set of things, and then all of a sudden at the end you realize it's about all of that, but something different too, something other than what you thought, when you were going through the game. Game is great, man. So I was really, Rhyme would have to be up there for my surprise of the year, and right now Rhyme would be my game of the year.
Nice.
Oh dang.
Yeah. So but I've played a lot of old games this year too. So like the Mass Effect series, I've played the Dead Space series. I really enjoyed those.
What about out of those games? Since it's been a new experience, out of those games, what have you liked the most? Which franchise?
Well, of course, I like Mass Effect the most, but I really like Dead Space also. And a lot of people, were really crapping Dead Space 3, but I didn't really like. It was pretty decent to me. It was a really good game. So I think they wrapped it up pretty nicely.
Right.
So yeah, out of all the games I've played this year, say that Rhyme, like I said, Rhyme is my surprise of the year. And at this point in time, Rhyme would be my game of the year.
All right. Nice. That's actually, a surprise to you. I hadn't known that you played the game. I might actually have to check it out now. I don't know. I had a little bit of interest in the game, but not enough to like go and pick it up. How much is it?
Well, it was $29. 29. It's kind of, and that's kind of steep for an indie. And I was thinking like, dang, 29. But I got it, because Rand was real hype on it. Like he did a whole video about it. He was talking about how great it was. So I said, okay, I'm gonna pick it up, and it was worth every penny, man. I promise you, it was worth every penny.
Nice.
Now, just a caveat, there are some frame rate issues, but you can get through that to play the game. They're not that prevalent. They are there, but you can get through it to play the game. I mean, it's a really good experience. Like,
Yeah.
The experience pushed me through some of those issues.
Nice.
Now, did you think Dead Space 1 was scarier than Dead Space 2, or were you kind of like more
Well, see, Dead Space
about Dead Space 2?
Dead Space 1, I thought it was pretty. It was scary, but I played that on medium. I played Dead Space 2 on the hardest difficulty, Survivor. So playing it on that difficulty, you had to ammo manage. You know what I'm saying? You would go into fights sometimes with little or no ammo, or at least not enough ammo to deal with the situation. So that in and of itself made it scarier, because I'm thinking, like, I only have a little bit of ammo, and what's coming up next, because I can't handle it. So that made it scarier. The fact that I had them ammo managed, plus I know that things are going to be jumping out at me at some point in time. So with that in mind, I will have to give it to Dead Space 2.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because I mean that was the thing for me too when I played the first Dead Space and Dead Space 2. I never finished the third one because I was just like, something else came out around that time. But the second one I thought was just way more in depth, way more scarier, just like, but it was more actiony too. It had more action in it, but it was still that horror-esque. Yeah,
the third wasn't really scary. I mean, you had some times where you would be surprised by some of the monsters jumping out at you, but the third was more about action. So
right.
It really wasn't that scary.
Nice. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and we'll get into our most anticipated games for the rest of the year for 2017. So I'll go ahead and kick it to you, Optimus. What are you anticipating, man?
Man, Assassin's Creed, mostly. I'm excited for that game. I've been jonesing for another Assassin's Creed, and this one just looks freaking fantastic. Definitely gonna probably Call of Duty. I'm kind of jonesing for that that kind of experience, because I know the new one's gonna be going back to boots on the ground and being more realistic, I guess, in a way.
Definitely.
Definitely am excited for Forza Motorsport 7. I think that's going to be absolutely fantastic.
I'm just not into simulator racers.
It's definitely not a game for everybody. It's definitely, if I was to say, you get into something, it would be that Horizon Zero, Horizon.
Forza Horizon 3.
Forza Horizon, yeah, Forza Horizon. But yeah, the Motorsport series is it looks good, man. It looks really great. Crackdown 3, I'm not too excited for. I don't think it's going to be that great of a game. Probably maybe. Yeah,
I forgot about Crackdown 3. Probably means it didn't make much of an impression on me.
Yeah, it doesn't really make an impression on me just because of things that I've seen, and I like the first Crackdown, but the second Crackdown I was just like, whatever. The first Crackdown was okay. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, about it. It was all right. But yeah, I mean, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, I know you really want that Assassin's Creed.
I mean that's fan. Oh, and Wolfenstein, dude. Wolfenstein. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wolfenstein's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that. Nice. That's gonna be sick, dude. I can't wait for that.
Nice. All right, yo, Beans. What
man, I like of course Assassin's Creed, of course, but Wolfenstein, The Evil Within 2, and then Vampire.
Yeah, that's on my. It's Vampire, but I always want to say it, Vampire.
That's. I'm really looking forward to that one, because I didn't know the game was going to be as deep as it actually is. Like, your how your decision making affects the whole world that you're in or city or whatever that you're in. So that seems like it's going to be really interesting, man. So those will have to be my most anticipated games.
That's Vampire is definitely like, I feel like that's going to be a hidden gem, not because it's like low budget or anything, but a lot of people I feel don't talk about it or skip over it. But that's a game that's on my list for sure. Definitely one of my most anticipated. So I hope it lives up to all the promises. And then for me, I'm also very interested in Wolfenstein. As for Crackdown 3, I am interested in it, but I only got to play a demo out of context in the single player. I'm more interested in the multiplayer because of the way that they say they're going to support it, kind of like GTA style, and for the destruction, because the single player didn't have any of the destruction, at least like what I played. So I'm interested in it for that reason. Some other multiplayer games I'm into are Battlefront 2. I played that, dude, and it's gone back to the old class-based style that the originals had. So I'm into that, but it still has like the cards, and it also addressed like one of my bigger issues of the drops, for like special like bombs or like to pick up like a hero or a villain. That's now all through a point system, which we discussed a little bit last week. And, it feels like you're actually earning it. Anybody could earn it, but, the best players are going to earn it first. And so, or you can spend your points on various things to other things if you think it'll help your team. So I'm really into Battlefront 2 and anticipating that one. Destiny 2, definitely excited for Destiny 2.
See, I forgot about that too.
yeah. I mean, there's so many games. Games. I mean, I did get burned by the first Destiny 2, the first Destiny, and so that's why I'm excited for Destiny 2. Unlike I know some other people may not be, although I feel like it's kind of one of those games like Call of Duty that people are just gonna get sucked into anyway and end up buying it, especially if they have friends that buy it. And I am jonesing for another Call of Duty, man. Like a good Call of Duty. Hopefully it's good. Back to boots on the ground the way I like it. Obvious, like there's a lot of things that I think make a good Call of Duty, but I'm also glad just to get rid of the advanced movement and hopefully have guns that feel like they have kick and like sound powerful. And hopefully they have some like good maps. Obviously maps and like kill streaks are important, but and then two smaller games I'm interested in, not necessarily not like game of the years or something for everybody, but I'm definitely interested in Fortnite. That's a smaller game, but it's cooperative. It has base building, a world to explore, and loot. I like loot, so I'm into that, as well as Raiders of the Broken Planet. I need to see more on this game because I feel like I've seen it in a couple different builds, but
is that coming out this year?
Yeah, it says 2017. I do believe.
What is it?
Raiders of the Broken Planet.
Yeah,
I heard of that.
It's like I think it's like a $40 game. Xbox has marketing rights with it or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it was. I thought that was a 2018 release for some reason.
Well, but, I'm pretty sure I think it said 2017 in the conference, but maybe not. Maybe not. That could be one.
I've been trying to get into that beta, man. I haven't got a code yet, but yeah, that's one that is definitely on my radar, man.
Mm-hmm. What's the beta running on?
What do you mean?
Like what platform?
I think it's Xbox, PlayStation.
Okay.
That's as far as I know. I think they had PC up there too.
I thought because I think they've had some earlier betas or alphas or whatever only on PC. So I'll definitely have to check out the.
Well, no, you could definitely go sign up for it for Xbox. Right. I know that.
I will in fact do that after the show. Yeah. When does Lawbreakers come out? I'm actually kind of interested in that.
It comes out August.
Does it come out?
That's right.
Yeah.
And we did have like a little thing about that. Basically why they chose PlayStation. It's for the timeline, and obviously they needed they picked the platform with higher base and for
I mean,
financial purposes. So
yeah, financially it makes sense. I mean, I didn't like the last part of his tweet, but I mean, if that's how you feel, that's just how you feel. You know, well,
Right.
they had a little tweet on there. He said whatever it's named, the XOXO. I was like, well, that was unnecessary. But
oh really?
yeah, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. Like, I'm still gonna pick up the game because I've been looking forward to the game for I think first time it was shown was last year. I want to
Oh yeah,
say.
you gonna pick it up?
We thought it was just on PC. Huh?
Nice. You gonna pick up Lawbreakers then?
Yeah, I'm definitely picking it up. I mean, it's a multiplayer only $30 game. Yeah.
Nice. Well, we'll have to
one thing too is I like I said before, that price point, that price point is correct. And I think if anything, we may need to support that to show that, look, you can if you're putting out a multiplayer only game, the correct price point would be $30 and not $60.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really a fan of like telling people to go out and support something for
yeah, I know,
reason.
but
I do agree with you. Like if you're somebody that is like a heavy proponent of the of that model, like this is how you do it. You do speak with your money. So
right. And you got to think we're gonna be getting a lot more of those type games. I think a lot more multiplayer only games. So I'd rather just support the ones that are pricing correctly.
Right. Well, the one game you guys haven't talked about yet, and it's coming out in August. I mean, I guess you can't really say it's a game. It's kind of basically a DLC, but Uncharted: Lost Legacy. Like that game looks fucking cool, man. Like
Artemis,
I know it's it's female. You're playing as a female, but like I feel like it's gonna be like more Uncharted, but less climbing. I feel like there's gonna be more action in this one.
Yeah,
but you were right in
the
the first
dynamic
place,
between
man.
the two will be good as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a game. I think this is gonna be like a 10-hour experience. That's a game. You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, I think they made a mistake by just calling it DLC, but they had to stick with it because when you first if you bought the deluxe edition of Uncharted, they said they were gonna have 2 expansions. So I guess that's why they're sticking with expansion.
We had another article on that too, like it started out as a small DLC project and it grew into its own game. So that's cool. Yo, but Blaze is back, man. How you doing?
Bro, I lost power twice. I thought, man, all my consoles are on my PC. I almost cried, dude. And like, my girl, like, she doesn't understand. She's like, "Oh, everything's okay, right?" I said, "I just shut the door. I couldn't do it." I'm sorry, dude. I'm surprised you guys can't hear it. Like, I don't know what. If it happens again, I'll have to go on my phone. But my phone was like at 12%. But I don't want to, I don't want to just run on this topic. But yeah, that's what's going on.
No, yeah, it's all good. No, we're just, we're talking about our most anticipated games for the rest of 2017. So, you got any that you're excited for, man?
I know, like you watch Sony's conference 2018, and all those games are crazy, like crazy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
2017, dude, it's got to be Destiny, honestly. I put over 7 weeks into that game.
Damn.
So I mean,
yeah, okay,
7 weeks.
That's a lot of hours, man.
That's like DGen shit right there, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, Destiny was on my list as well. To name off like a couple others that we mentioned, we had like Battlefront 2, Call of Duty World War 2, Wolfenstein. Yeah, that was another. Vampire, Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is like, I know you're excited on this. Yeah, I'm not. I'm gonna pick it up for sure, but I'm not necessarily.
Let me ask you guys a question. Assassin's Creed, you watch it, right? Boom, it goes to the Eagle mode. And then you see the guy moving. All that looked like was Watch Dogs 2, throwing up his drone, the whole movement, everything. And you know what else I don't like about Ubisoft games? The white outline around the enemy. It just takes me out of the experience. Why is there going to be a white outline to show me that that's a bad guy? Like, I can do that. You like look at
they definitely do that a lot, man. Yeah,
it's so aggravating to me. Like, it kills it for me. I swear to God. But I think the Assassin's Creed worlds are filled with, they're oozing with life. Like, they do a great job when it comes to the environment and the workers and the people and the animals. I'm just saying, it's like they took a break. What was, that's the right thing they should do. Call of Duty should be doing that, but whatever. And I think Egypt's a great environment and it's a great setting, but let's see. I'm just going to keep my expectations at a medium. So if I get it again, because I will get it, I don't want to get burnt,
But who needs to take a year off when you add a third dev, speaking of Call of Duty?
That is true, but I think it was good for Ubisoft to take a year off of Assassin's Creed because, granted, yes, Syndicate was good, but it didn't bring anything to the table that we haven't seen before in the Assassin's Creed game.
I think it grew anticipation for this game as well.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did. I'm excited for it. I mean, I've been watching gameplay left and right on this game, and I'm just like, I have to agree with Blaze. Yeah, they definitely took a lot of elements from their other games. They took, stuff from Watch Dogs. They took stuff from Far Cry. They took stuff from, pretty much all their games and threw it into this game and was just like, here you go. Here's Assassin's Creed, Origins. But I'm more intrigued because this is going to be, the beginning. This is the story that started it all. So hopefully they do a good job with the storyline, and hopefully it's not confusing and it doesn't fucking make people be like, what the because I mean, Assassin's Creed games have been always convoluted with a bunch of stuff that you just like, I have no idea what's going on. So hopefully they come up with a story that's really good this time around.
Especially like crossing over from game to game, it definitely can get convoluted. And
oh yeah, for sure. I mean, just from 1 to 3, it was just like, I have no idea. You're basically, figuring it out. I mean, it's not hard, but it's at the same time, for a lot of people, doesn't make any sense. So it's kind of like irrelevant. When your story becomes irrelevant, then people aren't like inclined to pay attention to the story. They're more inclined to just play through the game and that's it.
One game that we didn't mention is Hellblade. It'll be out in August too.
Oh God, dude! I you see, that's the thing. I know you guys are really into that, Hellblade. I mean, I love Ninja Theory.
Like, I'm interested in the concept, but
right. I love Ninja Theory, but I don't know. I'm on the fence on that one. I mean, I'll wait to see what you have to say about it, Baines, and then maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, just like,
I know you will.
I'm definitely interested in Absolver, and it caught my eye when that's another one we didn't mention. I know you're probably into that one, Baines, I think. Absolver, but it caught my eye when I first saw it. But given the time it is coming out, I don't know if I'll pick it up. Like if it came out like now, I'd probably pick it up. But
and one game that actually is coming out tonight is Get Even. And I'm pretty excited about that because it looks.
Tell me about that game, man, because I looked at it.
It's kind of like, it's basically like almost kind of like Resident Evil, but it's set in a horror aspect. It's first person. From what I've seen, it looks interesting, man. It looks fun. I definitely want to play it because, I mean, it's Bandai Namco that's doing it, so they've always seemed to kind of been the kind of company that makes some pretty decent games. They're not always great, but at least it'll be a decent game. And it seems like you're kind of like an investigator, I think, and it's almost kind of like Outlast, but you actually have a gun, you actually can shoot things, you can actually get away.
You're not running away like a little. Don't get me started.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, preach,
Yeah,
because I don't like that game, man. I don't like just running away and I can't do anything. You know what I'm
Yo, as
saying?
beautiful as Outlast 2 is, like the lighting and everything looks so. I'm like, yo, how awesome would it be if they just gave you guns and you can shoot the limbs off these zombies?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's the biggest thing about those Outlast games is that it's not, it's basically survive or die. And I don't like that kind of stuff. I like, to have a chance to live, or something
Yeah,
like
I'm
that.
cool. I'm cool even if I have to manage my ammo, meaning that you don't give me a lot of ammo. I'm cool with that, but give me something.
Like even
Don't just
Friday
have
the
me running.
13th, you can at least shoot Jason, stall him, move out. But I like the first Outlast was better for me pacing wise. It's just like Outlast 2 was so frustrating. I remember getting stuck on like a tree branch the size of a pinky. Like I'm like, what am I stuck on right now? And I looked, it was really frustrating for me.
Yeah.
But,
and a couple smaller games we mentioned as well. I don't know if you've heard of some of them, but like I'm interested in Fortnite, Blaze, Raiders of the Broken Planet, and Lawbreakers. Yeah, any of those?
Yeah, Lawbreakers most definitely. The other two I've seen a little bit on them, but not enough to make an opinionated comment. But but Lawbreakers 100%, man.
Nice.
We forgot to mention Cuphead too. Cuphead's coming.
Oh
out.
yeah, that's right. But you know what? That's the thing. I'm not like
the Xbox X system seller. Go ahead, let them know.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I mean, like that game is it's okay. Yeah, like we've been hearing about it for months now, but like I have no interest in it, like at all. Like even when I first saw it, I was just like, okay, yeah. But you know me, I'm not an indie guy, so
yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely picking it up.
If Remix picks it up, then I'll probably be playing it because
I'm not an indie guy either. You give me so much hate for playing like 2 fucking indies.
Boy, hey, I'll be
2 indies is good enough.
I'll be an indie guy.
Any more indies.
I'll be an indie guy. I'll definitely pick it up. I'll let you know how it is.
No, yeah, but you know me, I have been switching it up with some indies for sure.
Bro, you gotta play some indies. Yo, some indies are good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Some of them honestly, like Sullen Sanctuary is like a Dark Souls 2D side-scrolling game. Like I recommend that to everybody. That's co-op too, and it's
nice.
know?
Yo,
Yeah.
well, Bane's Blaze, we'll have to hop on that Lawbreakers when it comes out.
For sure.
Yeah. That's what's up.
I'm just kidding.
Oh wow, dude.
But
You don't even have PlayStation Plus. What the fuck are you talking?
yo, I'm picking it up tonight, bro. We're gonna play some Killing Floor 2.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You know how it's gonna go. But anyways, guys, unless any more games you guys want to throw in there before we wrap up the show.
No, but add
It's
me
gonna
on
be a stacked holiday.
PlayStation. I might be able to hook you guys up by tomorrow. Like PlayStation Plus, like those things, I get them by the, So I mean, I don't want to, but we'll talk and then yeah.
All right, man. Sounds good. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get on into these outros. Starting out with Blaze, man. It's been a pleasure to have you on the show, and we lost him.
We lost him again.
Anyways, but his I'll go ahead and say his Twitter. His Twitter is Blaze _ what is it? What is it?
In Piff.
What?
It's Blaze _ N _ Piff.
Piff. All right.
So if you want to know Blaze, hit him up on Twitter. He's a good dude. I've been listening to him for a while now. Check out his YouTube channel. He doesn't do a lot of content, but the content that he does do, it's on point.
And he gives away a lot of stuff, man. I mean, he gives away a lot of stuff. So
yeah, and he's also on Cell of Red's podcast.
Yeah.
So definitely hit him up in all those places, and chat it up with him. He's a cool guy. But we'll go ahead and get into these outros ourselves. Adamus, man, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at Dark Adamus. You can also find me on Xbox Live, the same name. And Blaze, if you're hearing me right now, man, it was a pleasure having you on, bro. We'll definitely have to have you on again without the storms, hopefully next time. And without the power outages and stuff like that, because I know it's getting crazy over there for you. Definitely gonna have to have you on again, man.
Yeah, for sure. And Baines, bro, where can we find you?
MBaines99, PlayStation, Xbox. Find me here on Thursday nights at 9. And thanks to Blaze for coming out, man. That's about it.
Yeah, you heard it from the good sir himself.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yo, and as for myself, I have been your host for the night, Remix Essence. Blaze, once again, thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it. And you can find me on Twitter, Xbox, PlayStation, at Remix Essence, and as well as definitely find my mixer, Remix Essence, as well, because that's where I've been doing stuff. Although I've been gone the past week, so I haven't done anything, but I'll definitely be doing stuff this weekend. And if you can't find me anywhere else, just hit me up on Twitter. So anyways, guys, we are out, and thank you all for coming by.
Good night, everyone.